yo, they took your video down. Wait, they took the video down. That was my introduction, my grand opening. And they throw it away as if it was a cigarette butt? Damn you, Zaslav. The video should be back up by the time you're watching this, by the way. Of the big three, Disney Channel, Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network, that is, Nickelodeon is last in the modern cartoon era, I would say. While Disney is thriving with their variety of like isekais and a bunch of other shit they're doing, and Cartoon Network is being held together by Craigity Creek, Adventure Time, Adult Swim, and the dreams of David's retirement. Not many modern Nick originals see critical acclaim, or even a sizable niche fandom that keeps screaming at you that it's so underappreciated and that it needs more episodes. Other than Rise of the TMNT and The Fairly Odd Parents: A New Wish, and those are reboots, nothing on Nick television made after 2018 has tickled my fancy really. On television, that is, because the only modern Nick original cartoon that has deserved more content in my opinion was relegated to the G League. It's a fucking Netflix original. And that's nothing against Netflix original cartoons. I love them. Kid Cosmic is a great show. Go watch Kid Cosmic. But this was made by the Nickelodeon Animation Studio. It is a Nickelodeon show. They just put it on Netflix. Why? Glitchtex is an animated series that came out in 2020 about two gamers, Five and Miko, that recently started working at a Adobe game store. It's like if GameStop stayed relevant, you know? They solve problems caused by glitches from video games come to life. This comedy has a diverse cast, great characters and dynamics with those characters, interesting and fun designs, the music is great, and a whole bunch of pop culture references for the greatest gamers to catch. It had the whole package for a Nicktoon, but it was unceremoniously cancelled after 2 seasons and didn't get to finish its story. This show was never given an opportunity to display just how creative and immersive it can be, and that is a damn shame. So today I'm going to be paying homage and commemorating this fallen soldier, a true hidden gem of recent times, by analyzing the episode they play Overwatch. Season 1, Episode 6, Alpha Leader. This episode starts with a beautifully animated scene of Five and Miko battling a swarm of tiny squids. This sequence is amazing at displaying the characteristics of the titular bitulars and their dynamic. Miko dives in immediately without hearing the rest of Five's plan, showing her impulsiveness and enthusiasm for the mission. And even though she cut him off, Five stays calm and sticks to his plan, showing his confidence in his abilities. More importantly, this scene displays the high level of trust these two have within each other that gives them the moniker of the Dream Team, which is what is going to be explored within this episode. They can't relish in their victory for too long though, because those were just the minions. We see Mitch and his team fighting the real boss. This is Mitch Williams, the #1 glitch tech at their GameStop. He's an egotistical asshole who only cares about staying at the top. His arrogance is not completely misplaced though, because he is good at being a glitch tech. He's just not a good human. Throughout the series, he is at odds with our main duo and tries anything in his power to sabotage and belittle them. He sees anyone trying to better themselves at their job or gaming as someone trying to topple his kingdom and take his spot at the top. Which is interesting because that's where he places all his self-worth. He thinks if he's not at the top, he has no value, so he acts like a dick, not only to be the best, but to keep his weird sense of self because he doesn't really know who Mitch is without being the best glitch tech. These are his teammates, Zahara and Hanish. They're not super important, but they are cool, and they're there to be an opposing force to Mitch by telling him to back off the newbies or telling him not to take Mitch so seriously, because, you know, it's Mitch. Back in the episode, Mitch and them take down the boss, but Mitch makes one fatal mistake. Nick sure does love slime, don't they? Miko and Five are amazed, and Five goes to talk to them, but they call him High Fly. His tag is High Five, get it? Miko's is Me KO. I'm sure they didn't have any malice behind messing his name up, but it does show that they don't know him well. Back at headquarters, everyone deposits their experience from the mission. Five and Miko are amazed by the amount of experience gained by Mitch's team. As Mitch is boasting, he is diagnosed with a nano flu contracted from the squid that oozed all over him and is forced into quarantine. This show came out in 2020, so when they said that word, I'm sure it was like, right after the team is given a mission to take down some glitches that have taken over an amusement park. Hold up, this is Overwatch. I know Blizzard World when I see it. Since Mitch is dying, he cannot lead the team, so there will need to be a temporary leader for this mission. No one, well...
I'll do it.
It's great. You'll be responsible for tactics, team management, updating mission parameters.
Okay, I'm bored.
No one else wants to take a crack at it, so Five is given the leader position. But not only out of reluctance did 5 accept this role. He is smart and a natural strategist, so he is most fit of all the members to lead this team. Kind of. 5 doesn't have that particular type of assertiveness that is needed to lead a large team, in my opinion. In the battle earlier with Miko, he quote-unquote made the plan, but all he did was tell Miko where to go, and she used her quick thinking to handle her part without listening to the rest of his plan. So he doesn't do much leading when it comes to the dream team. This is where Mitch comes in. Literally, he walked up to, floated to 5 at his locker, where he proceeded to intimidate 5 so he leads his team to a successful mission and keeps his #1 team streak alive. He says a few things I can agree with about leading, which is rare because it's Mitch. But where he messes up is when he says,
make sure that when they're looking at you, they're seeing me.
They don't like Mitch. They tolerate him as a leader and give him just the minimum amount of respect to do their jobs well. Unless 5 wants them to hate him, he should not take this advice. But we wouldn't have an episode if he did that. Mitch cracks open his locker so 5 can essentially become him, and that he does. 5 takes the bait. The team teleports to the place where the glitches are, but 5 is missing. Holy glaze. Straight copy Mitch's swag. But not just his swag, he also took his mannerisms because he wasted no time and got to work. He went over the mission and gave Zahara orders to scout the area where they see the glitches that had come from the game. Let's take a quick rundown of these guys. Doomfist, Reinhardt, D.Va, Echo. I know what game they're from. It's Overwatch 3 and Blizzard made it 4v4 and they added 3 battle passes. With this information, 5 hatches a plan to take them down and he ignores advice that Hanish tries to give him about multiplayer glitches. 5 tries to explain his plan to the group, but ironically, not so ironically, Miko ignores the rest of his plan after he says destroy the control tower. She flies in to fight D.Va and she breaks the tower, but she's almost shot in the face when 5 and the rest swoop in to save her.
Defense formation! Shields? I hate shields!
This really is Overwatch. D.Va does what my teammates never do and retreat to group up with the other glitches. After, 5 takes Miko to the side to explain how he's the leader and she needs to let him lead and it's not a dream team situation right now. Miko says okay, but is visibly taken aback and a little upset that 5 basically put her in her place. I think it was perfect. He wasn't rude, and she indeed needs to listen to his plan because the other 2 aren't on their Wi-Fi. They're not synced like them, so the plan is important. While continuously telling Hanish to shut the fuck up, 5 and the crew are pushed by the glitches and chased into a log flume ride where 5 has a great idea.
Run? That was your plan?
Hold up, it gets better.
You guys clear out. I'm gonna take them on.
By yourself?
Nigga, what? This is where the Mitchification has completely taken over 5. What logic does it make to fight them alone? Even so, that's what he does. And it looks like he might have a real plan. Never mind, he's running again. Wait, when he reaches the end, he's looking to hit the fadeaway off the water slide, but Miko Mr. Incredible saves him before he could fall. Miko and 5 get into an argument over this. Miko believes that 5 is being too much like Mitch, which is fair because he is, and 5 believes that Miko can't take anything serious and is always joking. And he's right too, what can I say? Before they could continue this argument, the glitches show up and the leader challenges 5 to a duel to the death, and 5's ego at an all-time high, he accepts and once again ignores Hanish. If I was Hanish, I would have been stopped trying to tell this nigga shit and watch him fail. During this fight to the death, 5 is on the defensive mostly, but finds an opening to attack and hits the wrong target.
At least that's 1 down. Who wants to be next?
Player has respawned.
That's what Hanish was trying to inform him of all mission. Of course they could respawn, it's a multiplayer hero shooter. Soon after, Miko, Hanish, and Zara are captured, and 5 gets hung on that like tall hammer game. Timmy Turner looking ass. He gets Miko's bird to help him. This is her bird. She flies and shit, she's solid pet, solid pet. 5 discreetly flies in and saves them and apologizes for acting like a bitch. To gain their respect. Zara and Hanish say how much they don't respect Mitch, and 5 realizes that he has to be his own type of leader, and not like the asshole. The team comes up with a great plan to take down the respawn ship and handle the glitches for good. It might involve 5 going to distract the enemy team by himself. 5 pulls up on them, a new man, even using we pronouns instead of I when talking to the enemy. Then proceeds to drop the hardest bar of the series, probably.
It's 4 against 1.
Oh no, it's not 4 against 1. It's 4 against 5.
Cold.
get it because his name, plus 1,000 aura.
But there's only one of them.
And he didn't get it, plus 2,000 aura for mysteriousness. He fends off Overwatch while the other 3 are hacking into the control towers placed around the amusement park. During the fight, one of the glitches notices that they're messing with the towers. But in mirroring fashion of 5 earlier on in the episode, the leader of the glitches ignores him, and that would ultimately be their undoing as the team hacks into the towers and uses them to destroy the ship, and the glitches are defeated. While the crew celebrates, Hanish and Zara call 5 by the right gamer tag, High 5, showing how their relationship and respect for him have grown. Back at headquarters, 5 talks up the team to Mitch, who's still in quarantine, and the episode ends with 5 and Miko annoying Mitch, SpongeBob and Patrick style.
That is not what I sound like!
This episode was great at showing the characteristics of the main characters and showing how their relationship works, how they bounce off one another, but it also tests that in a way by making him the leader and seeing how 5 has to step up and how he's going to take on that role and how he has to overcome acting like Mitch, all those other things. I just think it was a great episode at showing all the positives of this show. One aspect I didn't cover as much is the art style. It's amazing. The way the games come to life and interact with the characters and world is beautiful. The animation is smooth and they have great fight scenes. It's not as stylized as something like Rise of the TMNT, but the art is unique with the tech gamer motif they got going on. They also make a lot of references to game genres and classic games and pop culture. Like there was a Castlevania episode, there was a Metal Gear Solid episode where 5 was sneaking around trying to be Solid Snake. It was amazing. This show is also sneakily funny. In the dialogue, they'll say some very witty humor, but it also has that Nick little like cringe that you're gonna look for when you're watching a Nick cartoon. You know what you came for a Nickelodeon show for, and it hasn't. So my question is, why? Why was it forced onto Netflix when it would have been great on the television lineup next to Rise of the TMNT and It's Pony, 2 shows that started and ended around the time of Glitch Techs? I think I probably know. I'm not gonna look it up because it's just gonna make me sadder. So I'm just gonna take a shot in the dark here. Money is usually always, most of the time, certainly for money reasons. But at the very least, I hope I have put you onto a very underrated cartoon that you can watch. And Netflix, you know, they're no stranger to rebooting other network shows. I'm looking at you, Cobra Kai. So, you know, maybe, probably not. Overall, though, Glitch Techs has so many layers to it that got better and better as I went deeper into them. And all the ways they could have gone, the art direction, everything about it. It was sad to see another show's potential be squandered by corporate executives. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked, please like, subscribe, all that. I really appreciate it. If you're here from that Codename Kids Next Door video, it should be back up by the time you're watching this. Yeah, they took it down. David probably got in his feelings about the choice words I had for him. But, you know, I still have those same sentiments. Have a great night, day, evening, whatever. Peace.